one of the issues within our education department, how many people renewed this year? Wasn't that fun? And I don't know if I can tell you what's going to happen with that, but my understanding is that we're going to get on a 2-year cycle for everybody. So the Real Estate Commission can't do what they're doing now, so now they're going to rely on everybody every other year. So stand by for that. But within the education department, we sold gold cards this year, $100 to take any education you wanted to. It's been something we've done for the last couple of years, and it's been a tremendous tool. The Education Department Association sold 500 of those cards, and we've had a tremendous outpouring of desire for education classes. Obviously, some of it because of the renewal cycle, but that seems to be a program that's working very well. So all the hours you want, continuing education courses for $100, that will be something we'll carry over to next year. So clearly we see the success of that. In addition to that, this year your local association has brought on some online classes, and we've had some of our membership take the online classes as opposed to coming in, and that seems to be suiting a lot of our membership, so we'll continue working on development of those classes. Loss mitigation, we've got such a moving target with these short sales. Yesterday, I get Googled anything that comes upon short sales. Yesterday, I saw a term that I'm starting to see more and more now called short pay. Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm starting to understand a little bit, but we definitely have a moving target. The loss mitigation certification is something that we're attempting to put together, and hopefully we'll have something to present to membership. So we'll start to understand some of these issues that we see moving before us. The Lunch and Learns. It's been a privilege every Friday, most Fridays. I think we've missed one since we started, but your leadership came together this year, coming into the year, and said, what can we be doing for our membership? And one of the things that came out loud and clear was a Lunch and Learn, where every Friday we get together, we bring a topic to the table and have somebody present it. We cook a lunch there. Inside, we've got a grill, figure that out. And we've managed not to set off the sprinkler system yet. But we've had as many, I think we've had an 80-person group at this Lunch and Learn. We have we have hot dogs and chips that we put out. I think it costs about $1.50, $2 to eat lunch there. It's been a great fellowship, but there's also been some great information. Tomorrow, Angie Gainey, who's here today, is going to do a presentation, so I would encourage you to come on out and see that. Angie, is it on a website tomorrow?
It's on MLS.
It's on MLS.
Questions
Okay.
on MLS.
Okay.
Enhancements that we've done, fines, any questions.
Okay. Good. Well, appreciate you doing that. I think that'll be a good event tomorrow. And we will continue to do those. Certainly there are issues that come up that are timely. We typically will post those on the MLS website on Tuesday or Wednesday, so you can see if it's something that is of interest to you. But make your offices available to come out, and y'all come on out and see those items. One of the things that Rob's going to speak on, I'm going to let him go, but we launched this month, we launched our public website, charlestonrealtors.com, and we're seeing some tremendous excitement with that. It's been something that's been coming for quite a while, and we feel very strongly that that's a place to go to sell Charleston. One of the things that sort of hit me was Tina Martindale. About a year and a half ago, I asked her, Tina, if somebody calls into the association and says, I'm looking to move here, and that could be a buyer coming from out of town, it could be a company or a corporation looking to move 20 or 30 people here. And it could be, quite frankly, somebody who's looking to come to Charleston or Myrtle Beach or Florence or somewhere in Georgia. And I said, Tina, what do you tell them? And she said, I send them to Realtor.com. I send them to Realtor.com because we don't have a public website. And Tina, as an employee of the board, as your employee, could not say, send them to this site or that site because she's got to be impartial. And that to me was one of the biggest keys for saying we need a website that enhances everybody's listings and sells Charleston. And that's what CharlestonRealtors.com is going to do. So I'm going to let Rob address that a little bit. A couple of issues on my end. Well, one of the things we saw, and I'm hoping you're taking advantage of it, but the association, we realize we're a 24/7 community of realtors. The association has taken steps in there. And currently, and for the last few months, they've been open on Saturdays from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. And they tell me that we see a good deal of membership coming in there, and the need is pretty great at some times. So that's something we're considering expanding a little bit more, possibly taking an all-day Saturday. Okay? And it tends to work out well for the staff. They're able to get some work done and facilitate your needs, where before, quite frankly, there would be a pager and possibly someone might get back to you if there was something on an emergency level. So I think this is a step in the right direction. Additionally, we've taken space within the association and we've created a virtual office space for our members in there. So if you happen to be out and about and you need a place with a computer and a phone and a private, quiet time, not to meet customers, but for you to come in and work on your business, you're certainly welcome to do that, and I would encourage you to do that. And then the last thing, on the fun side, we've started to have monthly networking forums. We've had one recently up in Goose Creek. What was that? I was out of town last week on vacation, 2 weeks ago. What was it? Fox Bank. Before that was a cigar factory downtown. Those seem to be well attended, and it seems to be a good time to fellowship with each other and blow off some steam. So I would continue to ask you to look for those and certainly be involved in that, because I think it's a good time to come and get involved. On a national level, state level and national, zip forms. Has everybody signed up for zip forms? Okay, let me try this again.
Yes.
Do we know what zip forms are?
Yes.
Your state leadership in the dues billing this year took the time and energy and the expense to offer as a member service zip forms. And I think that's a tremendous tool. It is like dragging people kicking and screaming many times to get into the technology level, but to be able to go online and work your business and utilize the zip forms is tremendous. So I would encourage you to take advantage of that. And then lastly, on a national level, your NAR has rolled out a national credit union that is a realtor-friendly, realtor-owned credit union. And that is just now getting its feet out there. It'll be a bank in the sky, if you would. But they opened that in May. And it's very interesting. It'll be our credit union that you can deposit funds and get federal rates on as a member. So look for some more information coming out on that. Before I finish up my address, I wanted to take 2 moments, and I was amiss. Nick Cremitis is in the back of the room, and Nick is in town this week for the Government Affairs Directors meeting that's going on. But Nick, thank you for taking the time and coming out here today. If there's any problems with the state that you want to vocalize, I notice he's close to the back door, but I've seen him run before, and I think he can take it. But Nick, thank you for taking the time. And then finally, one of our least recognized persons, and this year coming into office, I said I was going to do more of this, but we have a CEO that many of you know in this building that has been involved in our association and shaped our association many times over the years, and it's Terry Ketchum. And I want to publicly acknowledge him. If I can indulge you one more moment, this year has been and continues to be a trying time for everybody sitting in this room right now. And it's been trying on our staff. But with the leadership coming together this year and basically changing directions after the first year 180 degrees, throwing everything that was aspirational out the window and saying, figure out how to make life better for the realtors. The staff that we have at the association has come together and has put in countless hours. I can't tell you what that feels like because they are concerned about y'all as members, and they're saying, how do we do this? And so many of these things that we're talking about and we see are coming out of leadership, but many of them are refined and they're defined by your staff at the association. So I would like to finish up by taking a moment. If we have staff in the room, now that they've all left, is there, Megan, who else is out there? Anybody else out there?
Ryan's over there.
Okay, Ryan, stand, you guys stand up. I'd like to have Rob come up and give you just a couple moments on Charleston, the public website, if you would. Thank you.